Alright, welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner, classics slash non-classics. I was actually mistaken. The last episode was episode 199. This episode is the 200th episode of the series. And what do I have for this episode? A double shot. This is double shot 134. I did get that right. And it's two trades related to the Sam Wilson Captain America. The all-new Captain America stuff. First up is All New Captain America Fear Him, written by Dennis Hopeless with Rick Remender. This book contains the 4-issue miniseries All New Captain America Fear Him, along with a couple classic tales from when Scarecrow had a meeting with Scarecrow fought the original Captain America, Steve Rogers, in Captain America number 280. And the first time that Sam Wilson I can think of when he fought the Scarecrow in Avengers 64. This is, of course, Avengers Volume 364. I mistakenly thought it was the first volume. Now, I thought that the issue, the 280, was written by Mark Greenwald. Actually, you're wrong. Anybody thinks that Captain America probably written by Mark Greenwald. Actually, it is not written by Mark Greenwald. It's written by that issue is written by Jan DeMatteis. Those of you recognize his work recently on books like Justice League Dark, Trinity of St. Stranger, and the Avengers issue is written by Jeff Johns, the chief creative officer of DC Comics. Those are just two classic issues. Now, to talk about the actual issue itself, the book itself takes place over the course of several hours, and why I'm reviewing this first instead of All New Captain America? Because I think this book precedes this, but this one takes place just before the events of this very book. It's just basically Sam and a new nomad, who is this guy here in the back, the guy who's standing behind him. It's them fighting the Scarecrow. Now we're thinking, Scarecrow, isn't that a DC comic villain? Yes, but Marvel has one too. Two Scarecrows. One who was a sort of an anti-hero who since renamed himself Strawman, and of course the supervillain who was an Iron Man villain called Scarecrow. He used crows, he uses fear gas, like the DC one. Which I keep thinking though, why hasn't DC sued Marvel for copyright infringement for using the character? But I think DC doesn't really care. But yeah, basically Scarecrow wants to be some kind of gas and throughout this New York City, so it's just basically Sam getting the whole one of the big character points of this particular 4-part series is Sam getting used to working with Nomad. I think this is their first assignment they were given because if you read the book I'm going to review next, it seems like they've been at it for a little bit of a while. This book I think picks up like right where Captain America Volume 7 leaves off. Now, the one thing also nice about this particular series is the fact that both the first two issues and the last couple issues are in fact joint covers. Let's see if I can find it in here. I know I saw in here they actually had combined cover here. Where now Nomad is Steve Rogers' adopted son from a different universe. Yes, he is. I mean, from what he mentioned in the Dimension Z stuff, so yeah, so you kind of say, yeah, it's a follow-up to what's been going on in the book for a while. I'll see if I can try to find it here. I know I've seen here. Here we go. Here's the combined covers. This is what the covers look like. This is issues 1 and 2, and this is issues 3 and 4. Now, they do defeat the Scarecrow. They don't take him to jail per se, but they just defeat him. But it's a nice 4-parter, and kind of a nice side story to All New Captain America. Yeah. Great story. Recommend it. And here's something interesting, though. The 4-issue miniseries was originally released digitally before it was released as a miniseries. And in the back, there's a promotion for Wolverine Japan's Most Wanted. Yeah, I gotta throw that out there. But, yeah, this is great. I give this book a 9 out of 10. It's great. And, basically, also, there's some stuff that also plays part in this current book. Next is All New Captain America Volume 1, Hydra Ascent. No, there is no Volume 2 because the series was canceled after 6 issues and a special plus a miniseries. Yep. Still to this day, I don't know why Marvel ended this series. This series was great. I mean, you had appearances. You had basically this felt definitely like a Captain America book, despite the fact you have Sam Wilson's Captain America. Like, oh no, they paint Steve Rogers black. That is Sam Wilson. This is the Falcon. Some people also would call him Captain Falcon as a joke. Yeah, but yeah. One thing particularly great about this particular series is that he takes on the Captain America villains. Some great artwork by Stuart Immonen. Yeah, beautiful artwork. Yeah, and Sam keeps his wings, and he's working with Nomad in here. He basically stops. I mean, there's many different Captain America villains. I mean, you have appearance by Batroc the Leaper. Also, like Crossbones, the Theme of Red Skull, Baron Zemo, Armadillo, a bunch of Captain America villains. So I think, that's why I think this is not Steve Rogers. This does feel like a Captain America series. And plus, Misty Knight herself shows up in this series. And it's hinted at that she starts hooking up with Sam. Mainly because she's no longer related with Danny Rad. Doesn't really matter to me, but it's nice the fact that Sam is hooking up with a hot woman. Just like how Rhodey hooks up with Carol Danvers. So you gotta give these two guys credit. The girlfriends are hot. Though the difference between Misty Knight and Carol Danvers is Carol Danvers is Captain Marvel and also a superhero. Misty Knight is just a private detective who's got a bionic arm. Go figure. But slowly, and she's actually undercover, trying to infiltrate stuff. And she figures out the Hydra's infiltrated everywhere, including some superhero teams, even S.H.I.E.L.D. itself. Nick Fury Jr. shows up at the very end of the book. Now, there's also appearance by Baron Blood. Well, this is the present day Baron Blood. It's been Baron Blood's of years. I don't know which one this one is, but Baron Blood does show up in here too. Plus, you also have apparent death of Nomad, which is later changed a few years later, where he's alive at will because some gel in the suit. Plus, apparently Red Wing dies, and then it turns out he's alive at the end. And then the book kind of ends basically where, even though that Misty said she was working with S.H.I.E.L.D., she really wasn't. And the book ends like this, like several books did. There's only Secret Wars. That's one thing that kind of ticked me off about the end of the series, was the fact, oh, no more issues because it's Secret Wars. And I have a good feeling that Rick Remender probably had more plans for this particular series. I had a funny feeling that he had plans to do this series for about 4 years, maybe. I mean, I'm sure he had plans to do more issues, but 6? Really? Heck, his Uncanny Avengers run got canceled after like 5 issues. And then the book was replaced with Captain America Sam Wilson, which is, it jumps ahead 8 months later, and they somehow, during the entry in time, just get rid of all the Hydra stuff. So, a storyline that some people probably wanted to see in this series was done off panel. That's the only thing I don't like about Sam Wilson Captain America. Plus, like this book, it feels definitely like Captain America. You're reading it. But, despite that, great series. I own pretty much almost all the issues of the series. And like, I own like the first. I own all 6 issues. Yes, I do. I own all 6 issues of the series. It's just too bad that Marvel canceled the series and then relaunched as Captain America Sam Wilson. But Steve Rogers himself does show up for a few issues in here, but not very much. I mean, a lot of time he gets maybe a few panels of screen time. But the only reason I did, oh yeah, because Steve Rogers is there and it's called Captain America. You gotta keep him there. But some people probably kind of say it's kind of worse with Batman over in DC Comics, where DC Comics is obsessed with keeping the cowl on Bruce Wayne. Not that much with Marvel with keeping the mantle on Steve Rogers that much, because this is like the 3rd or 4th time this has happened where he's been replaced. But Sam Wilson was the only choice. Everyone knew he was the only choice to replace him. And heck, that's even brought up in here basically like his potential is questioned in here. That's one thing I do like about the writing. I mean, not everybody's accepting the fact that Sam Wilson is Captain America. I mean, people know he was the Falcon. That's publicly known. But the thing is, that there's even some flashbacks in here, like thinking that, oh, maybe Sam was not said that he was going to be like a potential false origin story told by the theme of Red Skull. She, of course, has not appeared. Well, she has appeared since. Oh, yeah, she has. She shows up currently in the Avengers, where her face is basically the way it was before Captain America Reborn. No explanation for that, and her father's alive. Go figure. Crossbones, as far as I can tell, I don't think he's been seen since. I know Zemo has. He's showed up recently. But a lot of the villains in here, very classic Captain America villains. So, that's one thing you can't expect from Rick Remender. You want to read Captain America title? You want Captain America? You get Captain America. I mean, that is one thing I do praise about this. That's one thing I do praise Rick Remender. You're actually reading the title. I mean, it's all Captain America. It's classic Captain America stories. I mean, he doesn't like do his own story. It's not like espionage stuff starring Captain America. It's Captain America. That's one thing I praise by Rick Remender. But this book, I give this book a 9.5 out of 10. Disappointing the fact this series got canceled after only 6 issues. No explanation. I think the series was good, and I think Marvel's reading the numbers wrong. Maybe Marvel canceled the book because of low sales. No, they canceled so they can relaunch a #1 different title. That's just my theory. Plus, Steve Rogers come back as Captain America anyways. But the thing is, will Sam stay as Captain America? The answer is yes. There's going to be 2 Captain Americas, and they're both having ongoing series, which is nice. Yep. Alright. That's it for this 200th episode of the series. It's a good thing I brought up some Captain Americans. Now, those 2 particular trades came out just last year. And, I know for a fact you also have the same one as the Captain America title. It's currently 6 issues in. And it is great. And plus, you had a return recently of the Serpent Society. First time the full group has been seen together in years. And the title itself has been really good. Nick Spencer. I mean, yeah, he has some political stuff, and you have Sam for a few issues, basically being Cap Wolf. But it's been a great series. I mean, the only thing I criticized about it was basically just, couldn't they just keep this numbering going and just change the name? I mean, the last time Marvel did this, where they kept the numbering of the same series, was with Journey to Mystery. When they brought this series back a few years ago, when they just brought it back to its when they kept the numbering going from Thor Volume 1. That was the last time I could think of. And of course, you also had Fantastic Four last year, and Kenny actually referred to as nostalgic numbering. But despite that, Marvel's renumbering thing is a really hot topic. People don't like the renumbering thing. But that's it for this episode. Sorry, this episode's probably should be longer because it's the 200th episode of the series. But yeah. But until then, stay tuned for episode 201 and Doubleshot number 135. Till then, see you there. Bye.